I'd like to tell you a story. It's my story, but I hope it can also be our story. I made this film from a desire to feel connected to my tribe. That is, the human tribe. I was 27, living in Melbourne, in my final year of uni. My days were filled with study, work, exercise, and friends. Weekends were a blur of alcohol and regrets. No matter how much I filled my days, life still felt empty. I was surrounded by people, yet felt disconnected. I felt lost, alone, and depressed. My experience is not unique. Today, for many living in the Western world, depression, anxiety, and chronic stress are becoming the norm. We have begun to prioritise outer success over inner fulfilment in an attempt to keep our heads above water in this fast-paced nature of modern life. While we're lost on this treadmill of striving, we're starving ourselves of what we really need. Deeper fulfilment, a sense of meaning, human connection. We are saturated with opportunities to connect, yet feel more and more disconnected. For me, I had found myself in this cycle of unhappiness. I knew there was more to life than this. I wanted to explore, to get out of my comfort zone, meet new people, to connect with the world and feel a part of something bigger than myself. My search took me to Kenya. I spent 3 months working on community development projects in the village of Odede. In Odede, I was surrounded by people who were different from me, but with whom connection felt so natural. Talking, sharing, telling stories was how we learnt about each other. Being open and interested helped us understand each other. Experiencing this connection, our common humanity, brought us closer, made us care. In Kenya, I learnt about Ubuntu, a South African philosophy meaning, I am who I am because of who we all are, or I am because we are. This philosophy really struck a chord with me. Ubuntu gave a word for the experience I was having in Kenya. The sense of feeling more whole, more alive, more human through my connection with others. Ubuntu also helped encapsulate what I felt the world was needing. More understanding, more care, more respect, compassion, and peace. I was inspired. I wanted to explore this connection on a global scale, to hear people's stories and find those common bonds, to experience Ubuntu. In 2013, my partner Tom and I set off on a round-the-world adventure, meeting and connecting with different people from different backgrounds and hearing their stories. I'd like to invite you on this Ubuntu journey with us. We gained insight into people's lives, where they live and how they live.
My name is Manal Mohammed. We live in Petra, born in the cave, and live with tourists, been working with tourists, and that's how the way of our living. This is handmade by local women. Yeah, this is hand. You can open it. Ce l'ho tanti colori ragazze, voi compra. Ce l'ho molto bella colore. Aspettiamo 5 minuti. Guarda.
Passiamo di qua.
No problema, qua a mezza strada.
Ok, giusto.
Ok, thank you.
Vediamo dopo.
Vediamo dopo.
Ciao.
Ciao.
I speak Italian, Spanish, little French, English. And you have to speak them, you know, because if you work in a place like this, you have to speak them.
And how did you learn?
Just from talking to people, from this job. No hurry, no worry. Special price for Germany. Guck mal hier, guck mal da. Good Geschenke here. For your girlfriend, she will love you more. For your mistress. Guck mal hier, guck mal da. Good Geschenke here. For your boyfriend. He will love you more.
मेरो नाम सन्ध्या सापकोटा हो म 18 वर्षकी भएँ म राम्चीमा बस्छु कृषि मेरो परिवारले कृषि पेशा गर्नुहुन्छ जसबाट उहाँहरूले आफ्नो आम्दानीको स्रोत यसलाई नै बनाउनु भएको छ
Good afternoon. You are most welcome to this area. Where you are is called Udede village. My name is Apollo Juma. I'm a native of this area. I'm 53 years born. I'm married. We are having 11 kids, 8 of which are boys, 3 girls. Only one died, the 10 are still living. I said that I'm a farmer. From farming, that is my source of living. When I happen to grow some maize in the field, after maturing, I harvest them. After harvesting, I sold some I sell, so that I get money to buy some other type of food.
My name Akira. I have a lot of names. When I was young, they changed my name all the place when I moved, and almost 10 names. So my birthday I don't know, and about 40 years old now. When I was about 5 years old, I remember that I lived with the group of the children with the Khmeru in the camp. Many of my friends together, girl and boy, and take care by old people, women, Khmeru soldier. When I was young, is very happy because we have a lot of friends live together. When we are hungry, we go to hunting, fishing with explosive in the water and catfish, hunting with a gun at night, put the torch, when it's dark, see the eye, and put the snare in the jungle to cut animal for food. We don't understand how hurt when we are injured or when we get sick. Yeah. Because we are young, just happy that time. And nighttime we fighting, have the war. We see the fire at night, a light, a tracer bullet, and we look very beautiful like a flower. And the sound is different from artillery or grenade or small arm. Pang, 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 and boom, and like a music. Yeah, feel like a music.
My name is Hazel Howard, and I'm 56 years of age, 56 years young, as we say. I've been living in London most of my life, except when I travel or I've lived in other areas, but I was born and bred in South London, and this is who I am. Basically what I do, I sell the big issue. Right? The reason for that is that I spent last time about 4 years on the streets, and the big issue was one way of helping me get out of the predicament I was in, and also to earn a living. I also teach English in my spare time, but I don't charge for it because where I live, there's a lot of people from other countries that are in a predicament that don't speak English, Spanish, Portuguese people, especially Somalians, and so these are my neighbours. I think in the whole of the area that I'm in, I think there's only 5 English people. So it's a big culture mix. So it just seemed the most right thing to do.
Okay, my name is Max, and I'm from Brazil. I'm a graphic designer sometimes, and sometimes producer. So art is basically what I like to do. Now I'm living here in Alto Paraíso. I'm here for almost 2 months. I grew up with the plants around because my mom really loves plants, and she used to water the plants each morning and talking with them. I discovered that it was possible to learn a lot with the nature, because all the work I was doing as a graphic design, all the time I was like, I need to understand this, I need to back to the nature to understand what nature is doing. So it's better work in the nature.
My name is Grace Atienooko. I'm 35 years of age, married with 4 children, 3 girls, 1 boy.
So, my name is Anderson, I'm 18 years old, I live here in Rocinha, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's just an amazing experience because you don't have this kind of favela around the world. We have favelas around the world, but not Rocinha, because it's the biggest favela in Latin America. And it's nice to live here because of the people, the atmosphere, The people are like a big family, you see people around you, hey, and the people, hey.
I've written songs. I started to do this for myself in my room. Nobody knew about it. Just singing about things that keep me busy, kind of, or about love, and yeah. And it developed that I played in front of people and they liked it, and I got over my doubts and my secret kind of with the music, and yeah, now I'm playing concerts in public, and I made this a profession actually. Yeah.
There's a time, there's a place for each moment to belong to. Don't know when, I don't know where, but I hope I'll know when I am there. Do I get lost if I just keep on floating? How is the sound of the right voices calling?
Like now, I am just playing in a local club here, football. I'm best in football. That's my talent. You see, when we start playing football, this is the ball we play with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is the natural ball.
Natural ball?
Yeah.
How do you make that?
This is made from polythene bags, and then from straws. This one, mostly even if you go to our school, we only play the ball like this during the games, school games. But like playing in the school, many children use this one. I really like sports, mostly football. You know, sometimes I cannot even like stay at one place. Anything that I found in front of me, I just kick. I just imagine it's a ball, right? Just playing it. And all the time after finishing my homework, I will always go to train with my club, and I will like one day, if God willing, I will go to play for any English club. Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
I like to play for Manchester United. So yeah, I'm at the school. I usually wake up at 5, prepare myself, and then leave for school at 6.
That is not
We learn 2 lessons, one from 6 to 7, and another one from 7 to age 10. And then if it is on Monday, we go to parade.
In Jordan, we met Younes, a refugee who had recently escaped from Syria with his mother, older brother, and younger sister.
شلون تعملي؟
عايشين.
شو أحمد وين راح أحمد؟
يونس راح أحمد راح على هذا على الجرحى.
على الجرحى؟ أنا اسمي يونس. أنا من سوريا. أصلي من الجولان.
When we met him, Younes was volunteering for Care International, an international aid organisation involved in support and response to the refugee crisis in the Middle East. Younes and his friends have also set up a rescue house for young men who have been injured in the conflict in Syria.
هلا هذا البيت هو للجرحى. هذا البيت إقامة عدد من الشباب، في كثير شباب هم مسؤولين عليه. نحن ناخذهم على المشفى، ياخذون الشباب على المشفى، أكثر شيء هيك يعني تقديم. نحن بحاجة كثير إنه بحاجة اهتمام. أنا كل ما أجي على البيت أشوف حد الجرحى كثير نفسيتي تتألم، كثير أحزن على اللي صار فينا، وهذا الشيء كثير يأثر فيني ويعطيني أنا أمل إني أضل أشتغل بالعمل الإنساني. هذا الشيء كثير مؤثر علينا، ومشان قضيتنا نحن كقضية إن نحن هذا الشيء كثير مؤثر، ونحن إن شاء الله بنروح نستمر بهالشيء، بس كل ما نشوف واحد نحن راح نضل كمان متأثرين بهالموضوع.
And so, if this house didn't exist, where would you all be? What would you be doing?
لو ما كان في هذا المركز يعني إنه شو كان وين
كنا بالشوارع بالشوارع كنا رجعنا على سوريا ما بنرجع
تو
داي يموتوا بسوريا.
Wow, so it's, and you and your friends have set this up. Who owns the building? Is it rented? Rented.
So 600 دينار.
600 دينار per month.
قبل 2011 قبل 18/3/2011 كنت مجرد طالب جامعة عم أفكر بحياتي الجامعية، عم أفكر أبني مستقبلي، أفكر أكمل دراسات، أفكر بمستقبلي كشخص، ما كنت أفكر بأي قضية. 18/3/2011 بدأت ثورة شعبية بسوريا ضد نظام استبداد وحكم ديكتاتوري.
This is Guguletu, the second largest township in Cape Town with 500,000 people. I was born here, I've lived here all my life.
Laura shared her story of growing up in the townships of Cape Town. Laura has been running guided tours through the townships for the last 16 years as a way of raising awareness for the plight of children living in the townships. She uses the money raised from these tours to fund a school.
The school, I run it on 2 rands a day, which means each parent is expected to pay 2 rands for their child to be in school from 7 until 5. So out of the 2 rand, I serve breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack. And also education, which is in maybe international money, that is 20 cents per child per day. But to be able to give this service to children has motivated me to work, to continue doing what I was doing, because now it's tours with a purpose.
We asked all our interviewees the same questions to explore our similarities and our differences.
What makes me smile? A smile. No, I really think a smile makes you smile automatically.
What makes me smile is kindness. I think kindness makes me smile.
Everything. I'm smiling most of the time. I'm smiling.
I never smile alone. I smile when I'm with my friends. I smile when I meet nice people.
Other smile makes you smile.
जब मेरा पुराना साथीहरू भेटिन्छन् र मेरो परिवारका सबै मेम्बरहरू एकसाथ हुनुहुन्छ त्यति बेला म धेरै खुसी हुन्छु.
I think friends and family, you know, it's amazing because okay, I'm down but they are happy, so I'm going to stay close to them so they can make me happy back.
هلا أنا ببتسم، بس أكثر شيء ببتسم بس أشوف طفل جوا، لما كنت بسوريا جوا جوع قصف وموت ورايح على المدرسة، عم أحكي خلاص ما في خوف، راح نرجع نبنيها لسوريا شو ما صار.
I did not used to smile, but now I can smile, I can laugh, because I have the freedom to education. Education is the key to success.
I smile anyway. I've always laughed a lot, you know. I mean, I've got a sense of humour, I suppose. Yeah. I think it's one of the greatest things we're given is our humour. It gets us through a lot, yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, I'm having a family. At times, when we happen to go to the garden, if they have done something all that good, or we have finished a garden, we have finished what we have went for to do, then that makes me smile. When one of my kids pass an examination, that one makes me to become more happy. When my wife has cooked something sweet, that also makes me to be happy. When my wife dresses well, then that motivates me a lot. When I've got new friends as you have come to see me, that also makes me smile.
So it makes me smile when I do chamber music with others, and we came in a situation and it's really working very well. We really have to tell something with our music, and this is a special situation where I can smile. Maybe I cannot smile really because I have to to play flute, I have my flute here, but it's in my brain when I'm smiling then.
What makes me smile is waking up in the morning. And then when I figure out I can move, I've got this thing beat.
What makes me smile? I don't know, waking up in the morning and I'm still alive. Walking my dog and talking to my wife makes me smile.
What makes me smile? Many things. Maybe you may ask some funny question. You may smile. At times I smile when I'm happy, like now I'm happy. I'm just smiling throughout.
Through learning about people's stories, we gained a deeper understanding and respect for the depth of the human experience.
कलेज गएदेखिको बिहान म बिहान 4:30 बजे उठ्छु उठेपछि कलेजको लागि रेडी हुन्छु अनि त्यसपछि साथीहरू आएपछि कलेज जान्छु कलेज गएपछि वहाँ गएर पढ्छु साथीहरूसँग छलफल गर्छु अनि टिचरहरूसँग नआएको कुरा सोध्छु अनि कलेज छिर्छ घर आउँछु घर आएपछि खाना खाने ओर्ने गर्ने घरको काम गर्ने बुवा मम्मीलाई सघाउने आफ्नो स्टडी गर्ने
In the life of Grace, she wakes up at 5, prepare her young ones, ready for school, and their father also. After that, I clean up dishes, wash the dishes, clean the rooms, take a shower, prepare myself, leave for work at 8. And then in the evening, may go to the market to get dinner, then come back home. Yeah.
Busy day.
Busy day.
Long day.
A long day. Yeah.
I was left school when I was 14 years old. And I've been working here just to help my family. That's why I left school, because to help my little sister and to help my mother because she's an old woman, you know, lived in a cave. I didn't want her to work, you know, hard. I'm going to work and do all this thing. And that's feel me happy, you know, from inside to do this thing.
I come from a family, my dad had 3 wives. My mom was the second wife. Then my father had a wife, the youngest one who's 2 years older than me. So I come from a large family with 16 siblings alive now. I remember growing up and we would say to my dad, we want shoes, or we are angry with you because you're not buying us shoes. And he would say, oh, you are still lucky you have your feet.
So like family structure, so you mentioned that in your family, so your father had 4 wives.
4 wives, yeah, and there are 12 sisters and 16 brothers. Yeah, big family.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father, he lived in the desert. I have like 2 stepmother live in the village. My mother, she live in the cave, and the 4th one, she live in the desert, where the Arab desert, where they make the English Patient movie. He lived there, yeah.
So did you get to see your father much when you
Yeah, I see him often, yeah. I see him many times. He visits each wife, you know. He comes here and he visits us. Yeah. He's a good father, but the bad thing, he take more than 1 wife. And this is something not fair, you know. If you take only 1 wife, maybe I keep, you know, finish study or having, you know, like something else.
During apartheid, when my father came here in 1952, he couldn't be with his children until 1985. So some of my brothers, they were older men when I saw them for the first time. As I said, because apartheid prohibited black families from living as families.
I lived here since I was born, basically. I lived with my mom. My parents are like separate. My dad has another family, you know. They don't live together, so I just lived with my mom during my whole life. And there's amazing things to say just because my mom is an amazing woman, so I love her so much because, you know, I'm a lonely son, so she would do anything for me, and she's amazing, she's amazing.
My mom spends most of the time at work and she sleeps there, but when she comes, I sleep on the bed and she sleeps basically here, that we used to put this thing like this. And she just spends the night here and she sleeps, and in the morning she goes back to work.
Yes, because she basically she sleeps on she's like a domestic, you know, and she sleeps on work, and I spend basically like from Monday to Friday alone at home, so I have to do things by my own, so I have to cook, I have to clean the house, I have to put things in order, I have to basically not live alone because she comes home, she helps me, she do the heavy things, you know, at home, but I basically have to acquire responsibility, you know, and do things. I think, yeah, I think that's good for me and for her, but it'd be nice if you could spend more time together, but it's really nice for her to experience, you know, when we can like spend some time together, it's really awesome, you know.
I was pretty small when the wall came down, so I didn't really realize what's going on. I could just tell the difference, this little difference in all-day life. One of the biggest things I noticed with my child eyes was that the stores before the wall came down, they were all kind of gray, and I mean, there was everything you have to have, or you want to buy, you know, milk and bread and cheese and whatever, but everything was just wrapped in paper, kind of, and the design didn't matter much, really. And after the wall came down, the first thing I bought was bubble gum, because it was so colorful, the package. It was like a neo-pink package, and I kept it for a long time inside a book because it was so pretty, that paper. and the bubblegum was very sweet and big and whoa.
Dixon shared how he came to live with his adopted family in the town of Kisumu. Dixon was originally from a village 50 kilometres away. At the age of 8, Dixon felt he had no choice but to leave his home to escape his violent father and start a new life.
My dad used to just come home because he was like a drug addict. He used to drink and smoke bar. But sometimes he used to come when he's drunk and just start caning me, So after he has told me like if I can't follow my mother, he's gonna just kill me with machete. So I just started walking.
And how old were you at this time?
I was like 10 years, not 10 years, it was 8.
When I was growing up, like it was, my parents separated, and I'm the second of 5 of us. But Simon is severely mentally handicapped. We used to call it mentally handicapped. I mean, nowadays they call it cerebral palsy. My mother remarried, and that didn't work out either. So it was all like pretty much a mess. And I had an uncle that was, I'll say it quick, an uncle that was the babysitter, and he wasn't the most nicest person. And I got abused. I think I was 11 and a half, nearly 12 when it happened.
I was living in Portugal for 7 years, and then I came back to Brazil in 2010. When I was in Portugal, I used to be drunk all the time. I've been drunk for 7 years, continuously, you know. And I almost lose my liver. I used to spend like all my money, of course, the first thing you spend, but all my time. And sometimes I used to stay like on the street for 3 or 4 days, just spending money and getting more and more drugs and more drugs. And once my money was like in the end, I didn't have no money anymore, so I just changed one jacket for drugs, and then I just, oh my God, this can't happen, because I start to change my things. So I never do this. I was like crying and crying, oh, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna die. It's like a drama, big drama. It is a big drama, but it isn't also, you know. It's simple to fix. You need to just put yourself in the position that, yes, I want to change, or I don't want to change, I want to die this way. But all the time, I was not thinking about me. I mean, doesn't matter. For me, it was like this. Yeah, if I died, okay, but my family or my friends, they love me, and I don't think it's a good thing to do with the other. You know, if this other person loves you, why? You know? And so, and this night, I just thought, no, I need a time far from these things to decide to understand what's happening. So I asked it to my parents, please take me to a clinic. I need to stay in there for a while. And my mother told me, oh, I was just waiting for this moment.
What do I think about love?
I can't explain it really. It's I can only express it by music, for example.
प्रेम भनेको दुई आत्मा बीचको मिलन हो जसबाट कुनै पनि व्यक्ति जुनसुकै व्यक्तिलाई पनि बुझ्न सकिन्छ.
What love connects is always, I guess, that it's something what reaches you really inside of your own. It's if it's my wife or the kids or work or to make sports. It's in all of these moments when I feel love, I feel it very deep inside. It's to be very lucky. It's a big luck.
Maybe it's the biggest feeling that exists. I mean, hate is a very big thing also, but yeah, I hope love is bigger. I don't know.
I think love is just like a seed, you know. You plant it, you have to take care of it till it blooms.
What it means to me, I don't know. Loving her is a chore. But we've been together since the first night we met. I stole her from a friend of mine. I don't know if they were going out together. But we've been together that night since now. Traveled all over the world. But since that first night, we've been together. That's a long time. Long time, my God. Wow.
And she said, what does love mean to you?
I'm thinking about it. You know, me, I'm a Libra. I got to weigh it. I got the good and the bad about it.
Love is the feeling that we are having that's saying to us, this is what I want. This is who I am. And that person, when I'm with him, I'm a better person for myself. And the world is better when we are together. So this is love.
Yeah, I had once, but it's a story, you know. It's this is really, I think, I feel from inside moved. I feel I have which is good friend. He was a good friend of me, and he been like with tourists every day, working and hanging out with women, like European women. Each day he have different women. And this guy, one day I feel I'm in love with this guy. And that's thing, you know, I feel it really from inside. Yeah, but until now I didn't spoke nothing to him about it. Since 4 years, yeah. Always I feel this thing from inside. I'm really, you know, like killed inside about this, but never I say anything.
So is he still a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's still a good friend, yeah. Since 4 years, nothing. I didn't tell him nothing. I didn't feel him nothing. But that's the thing, make me really touch and feel it from inside. Yeah.
So why will you not speak to him? Why won't you?
I'm afraid. Because I know his life. I know the way how he live. Every day he's with different women. Every day with different women, working and doing many things. And he tell me all what happened with him. He just explained for me everything. But he didn't knew really from inside. Just like I really love him, yeah.
So is that difficult for you being?
That's the hardest thing in my life, yeah.
And so how will you continue to deal with that?
I feel it that way, to be in love with this guy without he know much better. You know, I mean, I'm continue this way. I feel day by day, it's not okay, and sometimes it's hard, but I think this way much better. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I know the guy so well, you know. I think he's not the person, you know, like he's going to be really the one in my life. But I don't know, this heart just really goes like this for him. I'm afraid always, yeah.
What is it that you're afraid of?
you know the answer, you know. I'm sure if I tell him, he will be upside down because he's my good friend. And since long time, everything happened to him, he tell me. Everything. Good or bad, he tell me. Everything. And I don't know. I cannot answer you. Ask him about this thing at all. Just hide it.
So is it almost that you'd worry that it would change your friendship, or?
No. I think he will be more happy. But me, I'm afraid. I cannot. There is no face to look to him and tell him that thing.
Do you think he could possibly feel the same way about you?
I think so. If I tell him, yeah, but me, I cannot. Because I know everything. I don't know. Yeah.
I walked, reaching like it was now somewhere up here. It is known as Nyahera. I met some people, and then they asked me what I was doing there, and then I told them like I'm just looking for a place. I left the main road now and came back to this road here. Then coming like this, I met a boy who was called Junior. They talked to grandma that there's a boy who has been lost. And then grandma told them like bring him in. Now I've been staying with him. He had provided me all the things I required for school.
I got ill with the ulcerative colitis I said I had at first, and they put me on all these steroids, right? And in those days, no one warned you about steroids mentally, physically, or anything. And because of what was going on at home as well, there wasn't any support. It was all splintered. It was like, it was just a breakdown. Looking back, obviously that's what was happening. But my behaviour became like, one minute I was high as a kite, next minute I was down here. And that was the steroids. You know, literally, I had a moon face shape, face. The boobs that I was just developing disappeared. I had broad shoulders, I had attached, luckily I'm fair, and all hair over my face. You know, and I've just started college, and I had to go in like this, and spots broke out, and all this was going on. And I went back for the second term, I couldn't handle it. And things at home were really bad. And I just said to my mum, I don't think I can handle it. And she said, "I'll do what you want." And then I got to, just before I was 17, she threw me out. You know, she felt I was having sex with my boyfriend and went mad, and that was it. She said, "Get out." And I was, at that point, was scoring up in Crystal Palace, like dope, like, and there were squats all around there. So I moved myself, just went up, moved in to a squat. It was horrible. I'll never forget that first night, the feeling of sickness. What? It was all dark, you know what I mean? It's just, it was, I can still feel it, like it was horrible, you know, it was absolutely awful. But anyway, that's from that point, so I was just 17, I sort of have gone from moved around, yeah.
But that's thing I need to tell you about my uncle, about the abuse and these things. I think this is the key, because I was like closed. I was afraid to talk about this. And when he goes, okay, I thought I can live my life, but then, exactly in that, when the problems was started, you know, and just I figured out, oh, I got a huge problem to understand and to fix. I don't know. 3 years ago, I tried to suicide because I was completely tired, you know. This day, when I was this day when I woke up from the suicide trial. I was so, oh my God, awful this day. It was awful because I couldn't look to the eyes of my family or my friends. And I decided I need to do something. And I just started to work like, you know, for 10 hours, 12 hours. And this new stage helped me understand that I'm just a small part of a big story, of a big things happening. So I'm not able to change everything, but I'm able to change my own life. And that's what I'm doing. I'm changing day by day. It's like the plants in different seasons. They need to die sometimes to rebirth, more beautiful and exuberant and different and stronger than the day before. Yeah.
No, one of the hardest things growing up, I witnessed brutality of white people as a child. When my mother was thrown out of a train, a moving train, with my sister and us, we got into a carriage or a train carriage that was supposed to be for whites only, but because the train was already about to leave, so we jumped in, and as we were jumping in, she was pushed out by a white man out of the train because of color. But growing up as a child, my father always said that if you are educated, you would be able to win people's respect. And I think that's what motivated me to go to school, to be an educated woman, because I wanted people to respect me from all race groups. Yeah. As a young girl, I used to work in this market selling things. So this is what I call home. If I never had an opportunity to study, maybe I would still be working here in this market even today. But this is the local market. This is where we get everything we need here in the townships. But again, this is one of the most difficult areas in terms of child neglect, alcohol abuse, domestic violence. Those are the biggest problems in this area. It is said that there is a murder every day in this township. But growing up here, I thought it was normal. I didn't know that it meant that it is very dangerous. But this is the school here.
As I was married, like 2 years ago, I've been married with someone which is the family arranged this marriage, and I didn't know the person so well, He was nice in the beginning and everything, but then when I know him deeply, he was a bad person. And just I said, I cannot, continue my life with a person like this and having some kids with you. Just his father come to my father and said, we want Manal to engage to our son and get married, and my father, he decided everything. And when I arrived, he tell me, I'm just, saying okay to them, you will get married with them, son. I said, okay, I will respect that, no problem. But you have to agree one day, if it doesn't work, I will leave him. And it's true, 1.5 years I've been trying hard to see if it's get much better, and it doesn't work. And when it's finished, I tell him, and he said, no problem, I agree with you. This is your life.
When I am about 10 years old, I have no choice. They forced me to do join soldier with them, fighting and lay mine. I saw a lot of enemy dead or injured the mine that I lay. And village people also, many of them die. And animal, a lot of animal. I never see the foreigner. They never tell me the world is different. We have English, Japanese, French, Russian, China, different language, different living like from Cambodia. I only think is same everywhere. And what happened in my country with war, landmine, and why we live together with the group, no parent, and I don't understand. They never explain about the world or teaching like a school.
ب21/3 ب21 آذار نحن كنا مجموعة من الشباب تفاقم الموضوع بدرعا صار في قتلى. خرجنا أول تظاهرة سلمية بدمشق بالعاصمة بالحجر الأسود. هلا بورجيكي كمان في فيديو إلي موجود عنها المظاهرة. طالبنا فيها بالحرية وإفراج قوات النظام عن الأطفال اللي اعتقلتهم بالدرع. طلعنا مرة تانية يعني فاجأنا إنه نحن عم نطلع مظاهرة ولسه عم نصيح حرية حرية. أطلقوا علينا رصاص حي. أول ما طلعت ما توقعت إنه مستحيل إنه يقتلني. أنا إنسان أنا مواطن مثلي، أنا سوري هو سوري، مستحيل يطلق علي النار. استغربنا نحن يعني متسقط أول واحد العالم يعني ما صدقت. ب5/9 طلعت على الجامعة. أبوي قال لي لا تروح، قال لي إذا أنت رحت أنت واحد مجنون. قلت له بدي أروح، بدي أخلص، أنا بدي أتخرج. قال لي أنت رح يأخذوك إذا رحت. قلت له ما بيصير غير اللي كاتبه الله. طلعت من فت على مخيم اليرموك، من مخيم اليرموك في طريق فت على دمشق، فت على الجامعة. عم أقدم امتحان المادة بالجامعة، فاتت علي فرع اسمه المخابرات الجوية. فات لعندي شخص اجى قال لي راح خليك قدام المادة بس تخلص المادة، عم استناك برا لابسين سلاح وجعب. خفت كثير بس رجعت قلت أنا مجنون يعني ليش اجيت. أخذوني بس هاي المرة غير كل مرة. أخذني نحن بالباص، أخذ كل شيء شباب بالحارات، حطونا بالباص ضربونا، عذبونا كثير بالباص. في ماسورة حديد هاي يضربونا فيها وشو يحكوا لنا انتوا بدكم حرية، هاي الحرية اللي بدكم اياها، هاي انتوا هيك، هاي هي الحرية.
Everything. Freedom, the most important thing. Because, you know, as a me, if I've been working here for a long time and one day get married to someone who not let me to work, not get out of the house and just stay home and no relationship with friends anymore, it will be a horrible life for me.
We had so much freedom as children. They just let us run. We were in the forest alone, kind of close to the campsite, but just exploring everything and playing some tales and just being in our own magical world there in the woods.
حرية يعيش كإنسان مثل أي إنسان عايش، يعني ما في فرق بيني وبين إنسان. إذا أنا درست هو درس، بس أنا درست هو درس، إني أنا أتوظف مثل ما هو توظف، إني أنا أكمل دراسة مثل ما هو عم يكمل دراسة، إنه كنا نكون كإنسان ما في فرق بيناتنا غير كمعايير إنسانية. أما كإنسان كنا نفس الشيء، إنه أمشي بالشارع ما حدا يضايقني، ما حدا يقول لي ما بصير هيك، أحكي شو بدي، أنتقد أي شخص بدي.
Freedom is peace. People have choice. They can do any good thing that they want. And safe.
Well, for me, because I grew up during apartheid, freedom means having the opportunity to be a family, to choose to live together as a family, because growing up as a young girl, that was a privilege.
What do you think, like the general public of London, like what do you think their understanding of homelessness is, or what?
I still think they find it hard. When I'm telling the issue, I still, people still think it's like you've got a disease and it's self-inflicted. It's like you brought it on yourself. It's your problem. I don't have that problem, so why have you got that problem? You know what I mean? And it can happen. But the thing is, like when I've had people say this to me, so it can happen to anybody.
After UN come to make peace in Cambodia, I have choice. UN explain me the world different. They show me by a video, a picture. This is my home, this school, this my family, and this food and road. Oh, better. And you want to make your country like this, you have to go to school and learn read to write, and you can change, and you have choice, and you have peace in your country, no more fighting and landmine. I understand. Oh, I can do that. I like to change. So if I can, and then you come with me, you clear mind. I teach you how to use new equipment like a metal detector, protection, and they pay me good food. So I am happy that time with the UN work. After UN left, I understand. I go to school. Few years I can read and write, and I throw away the bad thing that I did to choose the good thing that I want to do.
After his training with the UN, Akira continued his quest to right his wrongs, deactivating landmines across Cambodia. He has founded several organisations, including the Cambodian Self-Help Demining, the Rural School Village Program, and the Cambodian Landmine Museum and Relief Centre. He now has a team of volunteers working with him to continue clearing landmines and contribute to a safer Cambodia.
Well, my work was inspired by the death of my son, who died at the age of 9 from cerebral palsy. But when my son died, it was painful, of course, but I think for me it was also a light bulb moment. It was an eye-opening moment for me to look around me, to open my heart, and not to close my heart because of my pain. And so when I opened my heart and started to receive, I saw the need of so many children in these townships. And that is why my work today also is an opportunity for me to seek opportunities for other children who would just be as needy as my son was.
بس انه انا من يوم عم اشتغل مع عالم عم انسى، يوم عم شفت واحد عم يضحك عم انسى. صحيح مرات اوقف، مرات انه يكون في انسان كثير محتاج مساعده او شيء، بس انا ما فيني كمان اساعد كل العالم، بس اعمل اللي علي يعني. بس انه انا اني نسيت العالم، اني انا كثير مشغول هلا، انه يمكن الشغل عم يلهيني افكر.
Before I start to do this, they look down to me. No, you cannot do. You are the poor. You have no power. How can you do help? I said, I have $1, I do $1. I have $2, I do $2, step by step.
In the beginning, it was hard because I thought I was just doing it as a job. But I didn't know that it would get to be so intense. I thought I was just doing a job, I would be paid, and that would be it. And I didn't know that I would share so much of myself and maybe get so much connection. So it was really difficult to shed off my skin, which was what was lying underneath, and to begin to look at white people just as people, not as white people. I've learned my lessons not only from my background as a black woman, but I've learned from white people as well, that we are all the same, but it's our fears that separate people.
I think the most important lesson is this that I've written in the sentence, אומר לעצמי שמותר, that to say to myself that it is allowed to be myself.
Do the thing you want to do. Don't let people tell you this is good and this is bad, and make the thing make you happy.
But my mom once wrote me a poem into a memory book, kind of, and it pretty much said this thing, to listen to your heart.
This is the only thing that I can really do, to be myself, as much as I can, as deep as I can, as far and great as I can.
And I have learned some of it, and I'm still learning. Yeah.
You know, just leave folk alone to be who they are. Don't hurt one another. We had a joke when we would be leaving the house, we'd be going out and say, don't hurt anybody out there. That was our joke.
And make friends from everywhere. Meet friends, men and women, and share your life with these people.
It doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not damaging theirs purposefully, or you're not being mean or anything. It's fine for you to be anybody that you want to be.
The important lessons I've learned in life: one, it is better to be born. Second, it is better to be educated. Third, which would have been first, it is better actually to know who is God.
The most important lesson that I have learned, that you should be kind, but not too kind. Be happy, but not too happy.
In my life, I've learned to live a friendly life with fellow members, people in the village, in the community.
I've learned to like myself and accept that other people like me.
My children have given me so much. They've given me the opportunity to love, fearlessly.
What I know is that where you come from does not have to define where you're going.
I used to do a lot of bad things, and then I changed to be good. I understand how good and bad.
What do you think the world needs more of?
Love. World needs love.
If we have got good leaders, we'll definitely have peace.
A lot more love. We got to get along better.
I think the world needs more love. I think love is important in the world.
Love? No, many songs have been written about that. This is what we need. We need empathy, we need love, we need respect to each other.
Animals, less humans.
The world needs Let me think about it. If it is about money, the world doesn't need money. If it is about the world, the most thing that the world should have, or the world want, it's education. Yeah.
We always will have war and hate. And sometimes we need to feel hate, because then when you feel love, you will understand, no, I want to feel this feeling. I want to have this feeling because it's much better. I'm feeling, I don't know, but free. Love makes us free.
Oh gosh, I mean, it's just been like, people tell me I'm too idealistic. I mean, people should really listen to each other. Literally have to.
I like speaking with people, you know, because, you know, speaking with different people, you get more open-minded. You learn a lot of things. We say life school, you know, when you talk to many people from different country, you understand more.
But talking about my story, for me, I believe that in the end, people like yourselves will also go and share my story, because this is what you see through your eyes.
Everybody is just like, I want somewhere to live, right? I want food on the table, right? I want their friends, right? And people basically just want to be happy. We understand we can't be happy all the time, but people just want to feel safe and well in themselves. It's so simple, isn't it? So what's fighting about?
When you're connected with the others, you can understand I mean their pain, their sufferings, their dreams, their happiness, you know, because you know it's different, but yeah. We're different, but we're equal also.
This journey was personal. To heal my own sense of disconnection and isolation and find myself through connection with others.
So this is Odette.
My time in Kenya introduced me to the experience of Ubuntu. Travelling the world took me deeper into the real meaning of Ubuntu. As we moved from place to place, we were constantly embraced by different people. Home became wherever we experienced connection. Home was everywhere. I learned that self-sufficiency and independence are overrated. Joining with others, sharing ideas, resources, offering help, accepting help is where the stuff of life exists. And not just with those who are the same, but with those who are different. I also learnt that connection is only possible when we are open to it. To step outside of our comfort zones, to ask questions, have conversations, and really get to know each other on a deeper level, beyond the surface layer of culture, race, religion, gender, and age. Through realising this, we unveil the power of human interaction and understand this interconnected web that is humanity. We do not exist in isolation from one another. We all have an influence on each other. And how this influence manifests in the world is up to us. For me, This is what Ubuntu is all about, and what I yearn to see more of in the world. More understanding, more care, more respect, compassion, and peace. A global responsibility.